that you a sucker. You don't bump this, you a stupid motherfucker. All these years making all these songs, you never heard them. What planet you been on? The old ladies and the little kids love 40 and show. We so real with this. You think about the game and what we saying. Since elementary school, what the fuck they playing?
What is up? That was funny. Listening to some E40 right now. But check it out. It's Friday, and I wanted to do, like, I got this random idea today, right? And I hit up all my other podcast buddies, that I met via Twitter. They all have some dope ass podcasts. But I threw out the idea that we should do a podcast party. I was trying to do it tonight because I ain't have shit to do. I was bored and I just want to do a podcast. But as obvious as it is, motherfuckers is already busy. I should have thought of that. I never think of that. I always just come up with an idea and I want to run with it. But what would you guys think of that? I got FYSC Studios, the Naked Porch podcast, Random Ramblings with Rob, Horribly Awkward, Tavern podcast, Savage Talk podcast. I think that's it. I didn't really talk. I didn't ask anybody else because I didn't think anybody else would be interested. I think that'd be dope. Have it be like a super long fucking podcast, like where it would have to be. It'd be so long it'd have to be like 4 episodes. You'd have to break it up in 4 episodes. Fucking Doug Stanhope does that on his podcast. He has a very successful podcast. It's just constant talking, constant people coming in and out. It's like a real life, It's real. That's why, God, it's so awesome. And I want it to be like a once a month deal where we do it once a month, and we party. We're drinking, we're smoking, we're talking, we're debating, telling stories, whatever. I think it would be epic. This is a bunch of podcasts. There's multiple people on those shows. I think we could make it run a long time. Man, I was super, super bored today. We got this storm coming in. And over here, this local hiking, camping area is probably like 20 minutes from here. They had an avalanche. Oh, my God, dude. California was not ready. We're not ready. No. We missed the drought. Oh, no. Fucking liberal dummies. God damn it. Man. See, now that I understand politics a little more and how finance, how money works, all that money that comes out of our, California, it has the highest taxes out of any state. Like, California taxes goddamn everything. There's not a thing that isn't taxed in this state. You don't get nothing tax free in this state. I think except like groceries. I think there's probably a sales tax on that too, but it's probably small. But still, point is, the state is so liberal that it takes all those taxes, all that tax money, and it's focused on the liberal idealism. Right? It's not, I'm not saying it's bad humanitarianly. Like, it's not. It is a crucial part of humanity, and we do need people that think like that. Otherwise, we will become one of those weird dictatorships, communist places. We do need the balance of the people that do show more passion, because the thing is that comes out of our pocket, you guys. Money. The government spending money, it's not like they get a paycheck. That's not the way it works. The government doesn't get a paycheck from somebody. Their paycheck comes out of our paycheck. We pay them, right? So we want everything they do to be in the best interest of us, because that's our money. Now, if you have an abundance of money, that's okay to be liberal, because you can take care of yourself and then you have enough money to share to help take care of other people. But poor people like me, come on. I'm debating on quitting this pool job and getting another job that is, I will get my paycheck every week. I'll get health benefits. I'll get all these stuff with it. You know, I'll make probably like $1,000 more. But I have to shave my beard. Okay, that's a big one. Wow. Right? My beard makes me look manly as fuck. Without my beard, I look like a little kid. I look young as fuck. I mean, I'm not mad about that, but I'm just saying. No one takes me serious when I look young. Fuck, was it just a beard? No. I just stretched my ears out. I have to take the stretchers out. I'm most likely not going to be able to smoke weed. I mean, I could if I want to risk it. You know, weed really improves my life. It improves my mental status. It gives me the ability to calmly and rationally react to a situation where if I was sober and stressed out, I would irrationally, emotionally react to it. You know, there is a science to it. It's not a perfect science, but there is a science to it. There's that, you know, but it would eliminate financial stress for the most part because I'll most likely get garnished because of my student loans since, you know, it's a big company. I don't know. I'm just fucking sick and tired of cleaning pools. I'm tired of it. I'm bored. Shit is not like I don't want to live my life dreading going to work. You feel me? I mean, I think everybody should feel that way. I think everybody should pursue something where they don't feel like, fuck, oh, I want to quit. You know? That's like the everyday American that feels that way. The average everyday American feels that way going to work. Like the people that have careers in fast food. Okay, so from my perspective, I could not imagine that being okay with me. I couldn't imagine that being okay with anybody. But other people's realities are different than mine, so I can't judge, I guess, you know? It's just a little disappointing because no one shoots for the stars anymore. It's kind of why America's not that great. People started giving up. People started giving up, relying on government aid, not pursuing a dream, not taking chances or risks. See, I have this theory about safety nets. I don't think America should provide safety nets long term. I think a safety net should be short term. Like a safety net in theory is supposed to catch you when you fall, right? But you're going to get off that net and you're going to get back up there and you're going to try it again. That's the whole point of the safety net. It's because it's there to catch you when you fall, but you're not supposed to stay on the net. You're not. You're not supposed to stay on the net. You're supposed to get off the net. But people in our society stay on the net because it's safe. They know they're going to be fine. They know there's no chance of them failing. Their ego isn't going to get hurt. Their feelings aren't going to get hurt. You know, their hearts aren't going to be crushed. I'm drinking Gentleman Jack Tennessee whiskey. Man, I've been stuck on that song for so long. I've been stuck on that. You're a smooth Tennessee whiskey. You're a sweet. Yeah, it's a good song. And that Chris Stapleton guy is a fucking talented dude. Talented dude. Great voice. Great voice. Yeah. Anyways, back to that shit. Like, these are the things I want to talk to people about because maybe people, this is my perspective and it's my perspective from the reason why I think like this. Because if you guys listen to the episode where I do a little Make San Bernardino Great Again episode. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. I cry in that episode. It's a really emotional, honest, deep episode. And it really lays the tracks for me so you can understand, you know? Like if you don't really because that's the thing about people. And that's why I've decided to be honest about like pretty much everything. Is because how can you expect people to respect who you are as a person without them knowing why you are that person, why you became that person, you know? After you understand somebody's background, there's a little more respect to that and you kind of understand, why that person behaves in a certain way or talks in a certain way or acts or sees the world a certain way. It's important. I believe perspective is like one of the most important traits to being a successful person in all aspects of your life, because it only allows growth. Because when you have perspective, you see different things, and it allows your mind to change. A lot of people can't change their minds. They're very stuck in their pattern. It's comfortable. It's the safety net. They know nothing bad's gonna happen, and I don't like that. I wanna encourage people to just fucking go for it, to fucking shoot for the stars. It doesn't matter if they even hit the stars. If they're floating in space, they're bound to see some amazing things. They're bound to experience some amazing things. That's what I want to do. I want it to be an experience, something amazing, man. I want to change people's lives, give them knowledge. Knowledge is so fucking important. Ugh. It's like, I think about that all the time. There's nothing I think about more than improving based on what I learn, and I'm constantly learning. I encourage everybody to do that. Go to Audible. Sign up. Spend $14.95 a month or whatever it is, and you get one free book a month, whatever book it is. And if you look at the prices of the book, the $14.95 is worth it. You're getting a deal. So I encourage you guys to do that. Go read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Just type it in there. Use your one free download right there. Boom. That's a great book. And then there's another book, How to Win Friends and Be Influential or Influence People. These are like social skills books to teach you, to give scenarios and explanations, and then it gives you comprehension of behavior and how it can affect every aspect of your life. Regardless if you feel like you have the right to feel certain ways, socially we have an obligation to act a certain way so that we can maintain relationships, because it is in our nature to get away from potentially harmful relationships, annoying relationships, dead-end relationships, where they go, it's a win-lose relationship or a lose-win relationship. Every relationship should be win-win. So that's why I think it should expand our knowledge and perspective and comprehension of ideas and perspectives, and take in like the potentially offensive and allow it to hurt your feelings, but don't stop listening, because even though you're feeling a certain way, it doesn't mean that it's a rational feeling. It means it's a flight or flight instinct because somebody's challenging what you believe. And that's a recent evolutionary trait, because that evolutionary trait pertained to running from a tiger or a Viking or one of those aboriginals, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So it's important to differentiate that. Like, just because it's a human automatic response, it doesn't mean that it's a socially accepted response. And that matters. Because public opinion counts. It always has and it always will. And no one's ever going to change that, because it's America. This isn't fucking North Korea. This isn't Russia. Okay, this isn't China. Whatever China is now. It's supposed to be some democratic capitalist or some shit, but it's still communist as fuck. So the logistics comes down to money. Our taxpayer money. We need to make sure that there are programs and like laws as far as regulations. I believe, like, I don't agree with everything Trump's doing, but I do agree on his tax policy. I don't give a fuck. As like, he creates a tax policy where it allows entrepreneurship, growth within a company, like bigger salaries per year because of the tax cuts. And that's only if the businesses act ethically and not greedily, because that is also a human instinct. And that's what the liberals try to defend against, the greed. The liberals try to defend against the inherent evil within us, right? And Republicans want to want to ensure stability, security, like the basic, and enforce the Constitution. Guns, free speech, all that stuff. Now, things vary. There's always a spectrum to a topic. Now, I'm not saying Republican ideas are all the best ideas. I'm not saying all Democratic ideas are the best ideas. But America was founded on opposing ideas, and the Constitution was developed to cause those two ideas to meet in the middle to get work done. Because if there was no allowed middle ground in our government, then we go nowhere as a country. And I'm going to let you guys know right now from what I've recently learned, some recent studying I've done, it all started after we dropped the bomb. It all started after we dropped the nuke. No time ever in the history of ever has there been a power this strong. Not ever in the history of commanders, kings, gods of men has a nation had the power to end people in an instance. Now, if you think Genghis Khan, you're thinking months, years of infiltration and battle and, all these things. Years. I mean, look at America. We're trying to conquer the Middle East. We've been there since fucking 2001. Even before that, the Desert Storm. See, what happened is we had the nuke. We had it, right? And then Truman, this fucking guy Truman didn't even want to be president. Okay, so if you guys want to know where I heard this information from, I learned this off of Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. All right, great fucking podcast. Very informative. Gives you a lot of perspective on the world. So he's in this, it said that Truman, like, he realized what had happened after he dropped the second one on, I think it was like Nagasaki or whatever the second place was. And then, after everything halted, that's when like the UN formed, and the UN formed because of the nuke. The UN formed because of the nuke, because no one has ever had the power to end people in an instance. Right? No one. It eventually, everybody gets it, but at this point in history, no one has ever had that power. So, Truman proposed a deal to have everyone, their chemical bombs, all the fucking bad shit, have it all stored in a central location, highly guarded, like neutral ground. And Stalin was like, no, we're not going to give up all our defenses and you be the only person with the ability to end people. No. So this, my friends, is why the Cold War started. This right here is because America was a fucking... I believe America was trying to dominate the world. If you look at it from a human nature perspective and not a humanitarian perspective, America was like, we got the ace card. We can run this shit. We can be the greatest nation ever in the history of ever. No one has ever conquered the whole world. We can conquer the world. So they were like, that's why they proposed that hidden conspiracy theory. I'm making this shit up because this is what I'm taking from it. And then, eventually Russia's the second nation to develop the nuke. And by that time, America started developing the hydrogen bomb, which is fucking way worse than the A bomb. Drop A bombs. All right. It might, be bad, but it's not going to be as bad as a hydrogen bomb. Hydrogen bomb, if they have 100 megaton hydrogen bombs right now, stockades of these bitches, plutonium bomb, all these things, man. If one single 100 megaton nuclear bomb went off, we would be done. It would, oh my God, it would create such, like, especially if it went off like in the West Coast. It would destroy America, Canada, and Mexico. Because the thermonuclear bomb catches everything on fire for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And we're talking about 100 megaton. When we say 100 megaton, that's referencing dynamite. So that's a one dynamite stick multiplied 100 million times. Let that sink in. It would end everything. Everybody would, not one nation, it would be okay. It would be post-apocalyptic hell. It would be the end of the world. No government, no laws. Just raw human nature. First come, first serve. Every man for himself. Right? Mutations. Just craziness. That's when the liberals, I think that's when, during the Cold War and all that, that's when the quote unquote conspiracy theories like the Bilderberg Group and all of that, where they conspired to dominate the world. I think that's where it started, because that's when America started taxing everything. Everything. America started getting great. And then we just couldn't stay out of wars. We have been in war like nonstop. We've been in war nonstop. We're just constantly in war. And maybe that's the only reason why we get to live this comfortable ass life. Who knows, right? We can have our liberal ideas, but we cannot be sure about them. So conservatively, I'm going to say it's why. Is because we're constantly whooping ass and no nation tries to threaten us. But when the government gets greedy and they over, like California taxes everything, and then they give the money away to be humanitarian because like they want to make America seem like the promised land. But what happens when they do that? They create. There's no way to sustain that economically, because the majority of the illegal, okay, so in brackets illegal, the ones who come here deceptively, fakely, falsely, they come here and work, and then they send the money to Mexico. So that money does not come back into America. So that money does not stay in the American economy. That's why inflation and all this bullshit things they do with the money is because they have to compensate. They have to make it up. All that money that left America, they have to reprint so that the economy stays fine, even though that money is based off of nothing. And then that's where people got, it's just the beginning of the end for America. And my point is about Trump is I think he's trying to take our policies back to that time when the money stayed within our nation and only within our nation. That's what people need to understand. Like, I get it. We need to be humanitarian. We have to be helpful. We have to care. I get it. It's the right thing to do. But our nation is on the verge of falling, of failing, which means somebody else could come in and take over. If these liberal ideas of communism take place, there will be no free speech, no free expression. There will be no chance to ball out. There will be no chance of being different. Everybody will make the same amount of money. That's communism. I don't want that. If lazy people can't make money, then they can't make money. That the American way is built on hard work and free thought. Without free thought, there would be no innovation. We need to be able to think freely. We need to be able to think creatively. If we don't, right now, America is the idea of lasting nation because of the idea of free speech and free thought and innovation, because there is no bound to potential. But when you go the communist route, when you go the socialist route, it taps into an inherent human nature that doesn't take risk, that doesn't get out of the comfort zone. When America was founded, there was no comfort zone. We need to adapt to our environment, but we need to retain the things that made us amazing. And that's what I'm saying. We need to just trust within our individual self, our individual American self, and know that if we do the right thing, we work our ass off and we struggle for a little bit and we don't take handouts, we could be great. All right, anyways. Getting back to my original point was the podcast party. I think that shit would be dope. I think it would be fun, and I really look forward to talking to these guys about it. I don't know if they messaged me about it yet. No one's messaged me back. I sent out a group text. Wait, I think I did get it back. Let's see what they said. Okay, let's see. FYSC Studio said, I'm down. Once we figure out the date and shit, we can get more of an idea. I'm in for the tavern and the Hush Your Face. Ooh, two more podcasts. He said, dude, I'm down for sure. I can also stream it too. Facebook page or YouTube. And then Tavern said, just let me know when. We should all stream it. I can stream it to YouTube and Twitch at the same time or to just Facebook. Naked Port said, we don't stream to anything. He said, but he can definitely Skype. And then Sean from Horribly Awkward said, steam this cock. Oh my God. All right. So it looks like it's in the works, you guys. Fuck yeah. I want you guys to look forward to that shit. Follow me on at GSMH Productions. GSMH Productions. And you'll see, I tweet those guys all the time. Just follow them. Give them all a follow. They're all fucking dope. They're all independent podcasters, just like me, working their dicks into the dirt, trying to pursue their passion. FYSC Studios is fucking Canadian, so there are I don't know, what are they? A brother to the north, sister, cousin, I don't know, grandma. But yeah, they got a good thing going over there. A lot of downloads, a lot of listens, a lot of great content. Check them out. Horribly Awkward is dope. He does a lot of improv shit. I like that. That shit's fun. And then Random Ramblings with Rob. I don't think he said anything. I don't even think he replied back yet. He's probably asleep. Yeah, he didn't reply back yet, but he's most likely gonna be down. He's cool. He's a veteran like me. Random Ramblings with Rob. Tavern podcast, country folk drink and podcast, talk about wrestling and politics and football and sports and stuff. Good show. Who else? Savage Talk is a brand new show coming out of FYFC Studios. Check them out too. Yeah. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this short episode. It's a short one. It's like, 20? It's going to be like 20, almost 30 minutes. No, it's going to be like close to 30. Anyways, if you guys enjoy this and if you guys want to support, my goals, help me get there, because my end game is to give back to my city in a way that I want to give back, not through a charity. I don't want to create a charity. I want to give people tools. I want to give it to them. And I want to teach them about hard work and I want to create entrepreneurs. That's my goal. That's my end goal. So if this podcast does well, then I'll do well in my life and I'll be able to pursue my passions, my dreams, and make change like I want to make change. You can download this show on iTunes if you're not already listening on iTunes. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Player FM, Blueberry, any podcasting app. I'm not podcasting on iHeartRadio yet. I will. I'm going to start on TuneIn Radio, and then I'm going to go towards Spotify. Those are the 3 next ones I'm going to get on. So just I'm trying to make it so that it's accessible anywhere. You can just play it straight from my show page where every episode is available. All the content's available right there. All the links to the different shit. Well, you can't really see it because it's covered. I don't know. I can't figure it out on the editing thing for the page, but hey, I'm doing it all by myself. Be sure to subscribe, We're going to do YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube, GSMH Productions. Subscribe, comment, rate, review on iTunes. Tell me what you think, what could be better, or if you have ideas, what you think, whatever. Just communicate with us. It's all good. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening, and catch you on the flip side.